Let's take politics out of it. We cannot underscore the heroics, the stories of survival that are continuing to come in from Florida today. This was Nassau County Sheriff's Office Marine Unit. They saved 2 people from a sailboat in the harbor there. Fortunately, they were not hurt. Some officials did fear that is not the case for everyone. We have learned, tragically, at least 1 confirmed fatality, but obviously this is very early on and search and rescue efforts do continue. This is a little bit of what a sheriff from Lee County told ABC News this morning.
While I don't have confirmed numbers, I definitely know the fatalities are in the hundreds. There are thousands of people that are waiting to be rescued, and again, cannot give a true assessment until we're actually on scene assessing each scene, and we can't access people. That's the problem.
Very scary, and we continue to pray for people in Florida who are stranded. And again, it may become a hurricane later today. Tropical storm Ian is not done, setting its sights now on South Carolina. We do want to bring in our guest now, Dave Rubin. Thanks for staying with us. Obviously, a lot to get to, Dave. We appreciate you kind of being a little patient with us. The author of Don't Burn This Country. Good to have you in today with us.
It's good to be with you. And Bianca, you know I'm a proud new Floridian. Just in the last 9 or 10 months or so, I'm in Miami, Southeast Florida, where obviously we got spared this thing, you know, some rain and wind. But I have friends and family in Southwest Florida, and I'm praying for the state. And as I said on my show this morning, I'm going to dedicate time and money, and I will fundraise and do anything I can for this great state, because Florida is hurting right now.
Yeah, they are. And, you know, I, like you, a little bit north of Miami and spared, fortunately. There's going to be a huge cleanup. I want to get your sort of sense on this. You know, people seem to be ganging up on the mainstream media, at least on DeSantis. And we just saw this FEMA, even according to James Rosen, press opportunity here by Biden. But let's play a little bit of one of these reporters asking him about his preparedness and his response.
Far, and that
whoa. Give me a break. That is nonsense. Stop politicizing, okay? Stop it. We declared a state of emergency when this thing wasn't even formed. We've had people in here, you've had counties doing, they've done a lot of hard work, and honestly, you're trying to attack me, I get, but like you're attacking these other people who've worked very hard, and so that's just totally false.
And the question, which wasn't there, Dave, was just saying that Florida wasn't prepared. You've been here. You know the facts. What do you make of that that sort of push to try and make this something that's not real?
Well, we shouldn't be surprised that the media will use any excuse. I mean, they would gladly use death and destruction to take out Ron DeSantis. I mean, he is enemy number 1 for sort of the mainstream machine right now because he's an effective politician. And by the way, the most effective politician in the world. If we could have a fictitious politician in a magical fantasy land, that person would not be able to stop every act of God. What I can tell you on the ground here is, even in the last couple of days when it looked like the hurricane was going to directly hit Miami at first, you know, going to Home Depot, going to the stores around here, there were lines everywhere. People were respectful and nice and helping out each other and helping get propane in cars and all of those things. And by every measure of everything I've seen, and I have a decent amount of insider contacts here in Florida, the DeSantis administration has done absolutely everything possible well in advance of all of this. The cleanup is going to be swift. Hopefully we get that money from the federal government. But Florida is going to do everything absolutely possible. But they're just going to try to find one little slip up, one little moment, and they'll go for it. But that's why DeSantis's answer was so perfect, because he said, look, I know you're trying to get me, but there are all these other good people working here. That's the right attitude, because it's not about him. This is about a state that needs some help right now. We're going to do a lot of it internally, but we'll need some external as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And there were other criticisms of him, but it's not even worth going into because it's circulating on social media. But like you said, we're in Florida. We know exactly what led up to this. But barely any coverage of the gaffe, really, that James Rosen was just talking about. I think we have the soundbite here. But we have Biden talking about Jackie Walorski, and she's deceased, Dave. I mean, this right now is bringing into a whole other host of questions about his cognitive ability yet again.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is just the endless thing with him, and it's not going to end until either the Democrats sort of kick him out or he resigns or whatever it might be. There is something obviously cognitively wrong with him, no matter how many times they say she was top of mind. Well, as the reporter wisely pointed out, if you're top of mind, you would know whether someone was living or deceased. But this is completely consistent with everything else that's going on with this guy. You know, I am not a Biden supporter. Obviously, I did not vote for Joe Biden. However, Joe Biden is the chief executive of the country. He is the pilot of the plane, so to speak, and I wish that the pilot was competent. The pilot is not competent. Even hearing him at FEMA just then reading, you know, he slurs every other word. It's fairly obvious he doesn't know what he's saying half the time. And when he finishes these speeches, he's often completely lost and has to be pointed in the right direction, or he shakes an imaginary hand or doesn't know where he is. So this is just not going to go anywhere, because while the media will look for anything to figure out a way to blame a hurricane on Ron DeSantis, they will do anything possible to make sure we can't see what's right in front of our eyes when it comes to President Joe Biden.
Yeah, I saw earlier this week they gave him a wireless mic, Dave. So if he was floating off the podium, at least it looked like it was intentional. The way they're choreographing it and almost covering for him, it is disturbing on so many levels. I wish we had more time. Glad you're safe in Florida. And of course, we're praying for the folks you know that may be impacted. Dave Rubin, great to have you in. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the
truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
real news
For real people.